I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Since you named the last episode after my tailgate switch, I feel I should give a brief update. Yes, all swapped over. It was so surprisingly straightforward.
Nowhere near the saga of a MX-5 infotainment switch.
Oh, 4.5 hours. No,
yeah.
That was a lot. No, that was quite a commitment, as it turned out. No, although he's brilliant. But no, all switched over. Bit of levering out, bit of snipping of wires, bit of soldering, bit of heat shrink, and we're all back in.
Nice.
Nice Freelander handle on my Jag tailgate, and yeah, it's much nicer actually. It's a much nicer switch to use. I don't know why, but it's. However, there is an unexpected side effect from having done that, in that my battery drain issue seems to have disappeared.
That's weird.
That's weird. I cannot fathom how those two things are related, but seemingly since that handle broke, it's not been draining the battery when it's sat. I don't know why. It's been fine. I haven't had the low battery warning since.
Okay.
Is it possible the tailgate handle can have somehow been causing some sort of issue that was draining the battery? I don't know. But there it is.
Evidence suggests yes at this point.
Evidence would suggest. I mean, you would never have thought of that. You would never have diagnosed that in a million years. No. So I don't know. But it got left for a few days last week when I didn't use it, and no problem. No battery warning. And before that, if it was left for even 24 hours, the battery was dropping below 12 volts and flagging up a warning. But that seems to have stopped, having changed the tailgate switch. So who knows? Very, very strange.
Good. Well, I mean, it's an odd one, but if we'll take that as a win.
We'll take it as a win. And the other win, which I've mentioned to you, but we'll mention on here, is my massively improved fuel consumption since having the
I'd forgotten.
The timing belt and the turbo hoses done. Massively better. As we know, I was hovering around sort of 25 mpg before, which for the 3-litre V6 diesel was pretty crap. It should be a lot better than that. And having had all that work done, it now is a lot better. I got stuck in a traffic jam yesterday, which has knackered me average fuel consumption, but it was well on its way to 40 mpg, which is much more like those engines should be capable of. And I was really struggling to get anywhere near that before. So there you go. Have your engine properly sorted and your fuel consumption will get better. Who would have thought?
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, that's good though. I mean,
he's good.
He's good. I'm racking my brains, but there's nothing outstanding, is there now?
Well, the windscreen's still cracked, so I'm still on to the garage about that. Considering legal action, but I'm sure that will get sorted in due course. But other than that, is there anything else left to do on that car? Is there? Oh, there's one tiny little thing which I haven't looked at yet. The driver's side headlamp washer doesn't work. That is the only thing I can think of. Passenger side works, the driver's side doesn't. It comes out of because they slide out of the bodywork on that. They're sort of hidden behind the little panel.
Okay.
and they come out and they squirt and they go back in again. It comes out, so mechanically it works. It just doesn't squirt on the driver's side. It does on the passenger side. Don't know what that's all about. Might just be a blocked pipe that needs blowing out.
It might just be a gunked. Yeah.
Yeah, I just haven't looked at it yet. So, but other than that, is there anything else left to do on that car? I genuinely don't think there is. I think I've been through absolutely everything. It's in considerably better shape than when I bought it. And I know I bought it cheap.
Yeah.
But a part of me thinks it still wasn't quite cheap enough. However, there it is. I will have had it for a year in a few weeks' time.
That's just baffling, isn't it?
Which, given that it was a car I was kind of toying with moving on fairly quickly, I sort of haven't. But that's probably more to do with the rapid passage of time than anything else.
Yeah, it does leap on by.
Yeah.
I don't. I know, but as we all do, we all have a little browse all the time. But is it
Constantly.
Is it likely to go, or is it just settled down for the minute?
It has settled down for the minute. I have sort of got the fizz, as they call it, back with that car. It took me a long time to sort of get into it. I sort of am now. I do like it. I do enjoy it. Part of me still does hanker after a V8 though. So yeah. After our conversation last week off podcast, I have been looking at XJ Super Sport.
Yeah.
Because that would be, as discussed, not a bad thing to change to.
I saw an article about one pop up actually this week. Someone's been listening in.
Yes. Yeah, because we didn't record that conversation.
No, that was a stray one.
Yeah, Jaguar really messed up with their badging on the XJ range, and they did it with the XF as well, but then later corrected it. But I don't think they ever did correct it with the XJ, because the XJ Super Sport should have been badged XJR, because it had the supercharged V8 engine, but it didn't have all the cosmetic guff that they later put on the XJR, and then they upped the power for the XJR. I think what they should have done, the XJ Super Sport should have been badged XJR, and the XJR should have been badged XJRS to sit alongside the XFRS and the XKRS.
Yeah.
And I think the car that is actually badged Super Sport would be worth a lot more now if it had an R badge on the boot.
Yep.
But they're not, and people don't know what it is. They don't know it's an XJR. They don't know what Super Sport means. The same thing is true of the XF SV8, which was the precursor to the XFR.
Yep.
It is an XFR, but without all the cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
And again, they're half the price. So I probably shouldn't say that would be my hot tip for an XJ, would be to buy a Super Sport, not an R. Because it's the same car, but a third of the price.
That is a hot tip. I mean, I think it's all right. I think
they messed up with the badging. That's
as long as they don't messed up with the badging.
As long as they don't buy them all, yeah. So I have been looking at Super Sports this week, because I could probably swap, for $2 or $3 trading in the XF Sport Brake for a Super Sport.
Well, maybe you should.
But we'll see. It's taken me a long time to sort of be at peace with the XF Sport Brake, and I am. Again, as well, I never did really with the last one because I got rid of it for a Tesla. But this one, I kind of have, I've grown to be comfortable with it, and I do like it. But part of me does still hanker for the V8, so we'll see. But I will have, for a car that I was planning to move on fairly quickly. It looks like I will have had it for a year. So
it's impressive. It is impressive. feels like a broken record at this point. Have you driven the MX-5?
No.
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 No. There's no excuse. I'm
That's
not
nice.
going to. No,
You
I just haven't.
You can't blame anything, really. It's been lovely weather for it.
Yeah, no, just haven't.
Yeah.
No, I've been using the Jag. So, no, I didn't know. But I'll get to it. Don't worry, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
Allegedly.
Spinning it round on you. Any news on the Mini?
No. He had a brief going over of it and was like, yeah. He basically for the easier to spot things. He went, yeah, you're bang on about the electrics. They are shot.
Well, you sort of knew that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's I believe he's taken a few bits and bobs out, modules and fuse boxes and such like, to sort of pull them apart and go, right, what is salvageable here and what's for the bin. Because I think he started with the electrics because it's the unpleasant bit.
Yes, and there probably could be the cause of numerous issues. So you could fix a number of things in one hit, potentially sorting the electrics.
Potentially, yeah. But he's sort of, I mean, he does have a day job, so it's kind of...
Yeah, no, fair dues. I know it's a bit of a favour, isn't it?
It is a favour. It's costing me zero. So
yeah,
I am grateful for whatever time we can spend looking at it. And
yeah,
to be honest,
fair.
I mean, yes, I do have somewhere to put it now, but it's I don't need it sitting dormant. If I have it back, it's because it's working. If it's not going to be feasible, then it will go forth.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, there's no point in you having it back unless, as you say, it's fully functional. So yeah.
Or functional enough that I can carry on.
Yeah, indeed. But I suppose you don't really need it, do you, now?
Not really.
I know it was the lady car, but she never drove it. So.
No, she got a van, which meant that I just alternated between the other two cars so that they got used.
Well, and of course you were using it when the Volvo was poorly, weren't you? So it was a useful stand-in. But now the Volvo's gone and you've got the lovely Honda. Yes, the Mini is a little redundant.
Don't strictly have a use. I mean, if it is salvageable and it's not silly money being spent on a car that's not really worth anything, then there's the potential for it to be prepped for Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that would be perfect. Yeah.
But it's just I want to know that it's more than feasible at that point, because it's like I'm going to put a treasured small person in it. You don't want it to be a bag of shit. Not ideally. No. It's got to be right for that. Yeah. So, otherwise, you'll only be responsible for forever rescuing it when it breaks down. So. Yeah, that's it. I spent enough time nursing it when I was using it. I can't. It's fine for me because I could make it go again. But I mean, I can teach her things. But I just, there's going to be those phone calls if I send her out in a car that's not utterly reliable. That's less than perfect. Yes, and those calls will come at a time of night when you really don't want to be going out again. Precisely. I mean, any time after 8 is any time I do. Pretty much. Yeah. Yes, that's once you're in, you're in. There's a very good chance I'll already be half asleep. Yeah. I sympathise. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Just thought I'd ask. We hadn't mentioned it. No, we hadn't. But there's nothing major to report other than some bits have been taken off of it for the time being, and that's it. Yeah. Fair enough. But yes, a valid question nonetheless. Yes. Shall we have a bit of car news for today? Oh, please do. Yes, I think we should. So, following in the wheels of the BMW M3 Touring, the M5 Touring has been unveiled today.
I did see this. Yes. Now it's yes, we quite like a 5 Series touring, don't we? Of any flavour.
We do. Not well. You say of any flavour. There, to my knowledge, this is only the third that has actually been officially made into a touring.
M5, yes.
Yeah.
I said 5 Series in general.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, no,
M5,
I'm going pedantic. Because
yeah.
we had the.
Yes, indeed.
Oh god, here we go. So E34, they had an M5 touring. The E60, which was the V10, that was M5 touring, and the new one. Oh my god, I've lost track of what numbers we're up to now.
I can't keep track of the E numbers.
They're not E anymore. I think it's G60, the new one.
Oh, you see, that's even no. I can't. I know them by sight. But I've never known all the numbers. I mean, it's not as bad as the 911, I grant you, but it's you've got no chance with that. But I can't keep track
I've got
of all
every
the numbers.
chance of that.
Oh, you have, yeah, but you're one of those. Us on the outside haven't got a clue.
Oh dear.
Just want a car with the engine at the back.
It's fine. Actually, though, I probably need to correct myself. I think it's a G61 for the touring variant.
Okay, that's you're probably right. That's very good. I'm looking at the article now. I can't actually see that anywhere, but yes, I'm happy to go with your knowledge there.
Yeah, and same for E61 as well. Yes, it's all.
Cool. The interior on the press car is a bit urgent, isn't it?
Is it? I haven't.
Yeah. Blimey.
Hang on, I'll go and find a picture. Yeah, oh, yes, yeah. There's a couple of red bits on that. I mean, I know we commented on the M5 when it was unveiled, the new one, of going, yes, it's a bit lardy. It'd probably be good. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate them making this car.
Well, they don't often apply the M badge to an estate, do they?
No, it's just. I mean, yes, it's been presented in matte black, which you can get in the sea.
That's just a nightmare.
Yeah, imagine.
You'd never live with that.
You wouldn't. I mean, where we live, fairly near the seaside, one utterly massive unloading from a seagull on matte black paint. My God, or matte paint.
Forget about it. You've written the car off. That's the end of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
you just couldn't live with that. You just couldn't. You couldn't. Impractical.
No. Whoever's decided that's a good thing has never witnessed how much of a payload a seagull can deploy.
No, although interestingly, in the press, a lot of the press photos, it is at the seaside. So
oh dear, maybe
it's photographed on a beach in a lot of them. So you think they should know, but yeah, I mean, it looks stunning when it's spotlessly clean. When there's a team of detailers just off camera, the slightest speck that gets on it, they're going to be there. But in the real world, you could not possibly live with that.
But it's, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is overstyled.
Yeah, it is a bit. It's like we were saying about the XJR when we were talking last week. It's the point of the M cars was that they were quite understated.
Yeah,
you couldn't tell that it was a performance model. And yeah, they needed to step away from the CAD station a little bit sooner than they did. It's got too many. There's too many lines and little details, and the front and rear body kit it's too much. It's too much.
Yes, it is. So allow me. So to talk about overstyled. So this isn't very helpful for the people who are listening, but it's just to illustrate to you. I'm going to send you a picture of an E34 Touring and an E61 Touring.
Oh, we got some comparisons. Oh, look at that. Oh.
There you go. That's how you style an M car.
Yeah, pure and simple.
Either of those.
Oh, that older one. Oh, that's where it's at for me.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
That's proper classy. The new one's got none of that.
No, that's the thing. It's lost it.
And that's even without talking about the grille.
Yeah, we're glossing over the grill. We're being kind to it on the grill.
Sadly, they didn't gloss over the grill.
No, it's still very much there. I mean, granted, it's a little smaller than some other BMWs of late, but it's still all it's right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's better. It's still hideous. With the fiddly body kit, no. These performance saloons and estates work best for me when they're understated, when you can't tell. It's the wolf in sheep's clothing thing. I really like that. It's what the old XJR had. It's what the old BMW M cars had. These new ones, and they're all guilty of it. It's too much. It's just leave it alone. Why do we need all these creases and lines and little features? Just nice and clean. No,
you're exactly right. You don't need it. And it was, I think, late 90s, early 2000s, we kind of peaked before it went a bit overstyling, didn't it?
Yeah, beyond that point, it started to go a bit wrong. I agree.
Yeah, because if we look at the there you go, I'll send you another one. So another one that is styled at the correct point. I know it's a car that neither of us would normally go for, but except potentially this one from the Audi brand would be the C5 RS6.
Yes. Agreed.
Go full layer cake on it.
See that's yes.
Yeah.
Quite right, Morty.
Yeah.
Yes. It's if you haven't seen Layer Cake, that will mean nothing to you.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Go and watch it.
At this point, Phil has definitely watched it, so it's fine. I can't even do the joke. Even Phil has
watched it. Yes.
Yeah.
And quite liked it, which is
a
bit of a relief for all of us. Again, that's a really clean, simple design. There's nothing fiddly or fussy about that, but this new Beamer, no. Leave it alone.
If you say the Beamer for comparison, but if you go to the latest RS6, again, oh my goodness me, that's got some lines as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they've done it. I know they're all guilty of it. You look at the fine. No, they don't make the XJ anymore, sadly. But the
last anything soon.
No, that is true. You look at the later XJRs, or indeed the Range Rover SVRs. The body kits on them are
nonsense.
You've missed the point. Don't shout about the fact that it's got a big lump under the bonnet. You just no.
That's the odd thing, isn't it? It's like some cars from certain cultures. You go, yes, absolutely modify it to within an inch of its life.
Yes,
but when it's a fast saloon or estate,
don't do it.
No, understated is the way forward. I mean,
it is.
No one, for instance, no one wants an understyled Skyline. That defeats the object.
No. The JDM stuff can pull it off. I agree. In fact, you'd almost feel shortchanged if it wasn't a little bit overstyled. But Beamers, Mercs, Audis, Jags, that kind of stuff, especially when you're dealing with a saloon or an estate. No, understated. You should barely be able to tell that it's the performance model. Maybe from the exhaust note, or obviously from how quick it is. But from just looking at it parked, you should barely be able to tell. Those that know will know.
That's it. The knowing nod, that's acceptable.
Yes. Which the XJR always had. But not on the later ones. They went. It's too much, like it is on this one. Yes, you raise a very valid point. They have gone too far.
Yeah, they're overstyling the fast ones. Okay, so we've decided there. We don't want the new M5 Touring. We'll both have an E34. Perfect.
Yes, we will. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
That's
Good luck finding one in estate form, because they were really rare, I believe.
Yeah, you're going to struggle. They'll be out there, but yeah, not for anything that would resemble a acceptable price.
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to have the briefest of Googles.
Oh, please do.
Car Classic.
That Audi's only acceptable because it was in layer cake.
Yeah.
That is the only reason that would be okay.
No, that's absolutely fine.
It's the only reason you'd be allowed to have a bright yellow P38 Range Rover as well. Although, frankly, if you've done that, it's your own fault.
Okay, here we go. Cool, blimey. That photo I sent you of it in silver, I found one that sold in December 22 in exactly the same spec. Exactly the same. Yeah. So, yeah, 2 years ago, that sold for just over 36 grand.
No. Oh, my word.
So,
oh, my word. Oh, they've gone then, haven't they?
Yeah, that's not for you, that.
Oh, dear.
And that's 2 years ago. You can add some numbers to that price now.
Oh, I should think. Yeah, blimey. I'm genuinely surprised that they've gone that far. I knew they were going, but yeah. Wow. Okay.
Nice. Really nice. I'm going to have to close that because it's really distracting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make that go away.
Yeah, going to make that go away. Make all these old BMWs look tremendous. Go away.
Oh, I know. It's very tempting, isn't it? An old BMW is very tempting.
The thing is, though, now you go, an old BMW. You can go, an old BMW car is anything into the 2000s now, which is devastating news.
Yeah, that is disappointing, isn't it? Yeah, stuff that we think of still as quite new. There's people out there calling them classics. Oh dear, stop it! I remember when that was launched. That's not possible for that to be a classic.
I know. I tell you what, there's one guy at work who's who wasn't even born in the right millennium, which is just devastating.
That is devastating. There's people in the workplace now who were born in a different millennium to us. That's just not acceptable.
No. Just going. Yeah. Now I feel old. I mean. Let's be honest. I mean, if we face facts and look at nothing but the maths, I'm old enough to be his dad.
Yes, that's terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, let's not think about that, eh?
No.
Don't want to know about that. That's terrible.
It's awful news, isn't it?
Really, really bad.
How did we get there? Oh yeah, old cars. I remember now.
Old cars is what we talk about.
There you go. Here's a name for you. A name that I know you adore.
Oh.
But it's a brand that left us. But there's rumours. The sources have said it's coming back.
Oh.
It's Proton.
Right. Okay. You built that up more than it deserved.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, the Malaysian brand. Okay.
Yeah, they're thinking about
coming back. Right.
I
haven't heard this.
I saw this the other day and it just made me chuckle.
Okay.
Because I think I've got a feeling they're Chinese owned now.
Isn't everything?
Probably. I got a feeling that Geely is in there somewhere.
That does ring a bell. Actually, I'm going to have a look.
So yeah,
Yes.
But the thing is, I mean, if you think back to the good old days
That's something.
of Proton, and they were really popular. Like,
Yeah, they were everywhere.
yeah, in the 90s, you think Saga, Persona, what was the other one? I can't remember. But I mean, they were all like Mitsubishi tie-ins, weren't they?
Yes. Oh yeah, very strongly. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's if it's coming back in the same way that it sort of was and going, well, it's a budget brand, but that'll give Dacia a run for its money, won't it?
Oh, very much so. Yeah. Although Dacia has established quite a presence now.
Yeah, it does have quite a stronghold. I'll give it that. But yeah, it's a brand like Proton could come in and go, yeah, we'll have better.
Doesn't look like it's entirely Geely owned, but they are backing this relaunch.
Okay.
They are financially backing the relaunch. They have an investment in Proton. I don't think they own it outright.
Fine.
I think it is still Malaysian owned, but Geely have a large share in it. A bit like Ford with Mazda.
Yeah.
They don't own it outright, but they have a large share in it. So, yes, and there will be models based on various Geely models. Yes. Interesting. But yes, you're quite right. Dacia is very much in that space, and I mean, you see a lot of Dacias around.
Oh, you do. Like I said, I was in one the other day. So.
And I've heard no horror stories.
No,
it
just kind of works, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting. Okay. Well, yes, another budget brand on the market is no bad thing.
No, especially with a bit of oh, good God, yeah, Geely backing, because there's some electric tech there that could be dished
I was
out.
going to say, it says that on the article I found here that there will be some EV models using the name E:(MAS). EMAS. I don't know.
Why must it be difficult?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what that is, but it's a sub brand that will be producing electric cars.
I see.
Yes. See about that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's fine.
But yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's another one of those days that they were just everywhere at one time.
Yeah.
And then they all seem to disappear overnight.
Yeah. I think from reading a couple of the articles around this potential comeback, they've officially left in 2014, which which, I mean, all right. I mean, but by that point, you weren't seeing them everywhere. Let's face it.
No, they just sort of slowly collapsed like a flan in a cupboard.
A flan in a cut. That's.
I can't lay claim to that phrase. That's Eddie Izzard.
You see, I knew it had a hint of familiarity about it.
There you go. Yes. You'll need a tray. No, I think that's yes. We'll see. Interesting. I no doubt they're going to be cheap, nasty things, but that has a market.
Yeah. Well, it'll work. It really will, I think. Here's an interesting one. Well, interesting. It's not a car that I'm excited about by any stretch, because because it's, well, let's face it, it's a bit of an SUV crossover type thing. However, I am very intrigued to hear about it, because one of the guys I work with, not a car guy at all. Not even.
You do occasionally run across those. They're very strange people.
Yeah, not fussed in the slightest.
Yeah, I work with those as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, let's not get into that.
No. However, he's just taken delivery of a brand new Hyundai Kona
Oh, okay, blimey. There's been a huge waiting list for those.
Yep. So
He's done well.
He's got his one. And I've said to him, I said, look, I know this isn't your thing. But I said I'm mostly interested in the electric bit of it and how you get on.
Yes.
Don't tell me about luggage space. I'm not interested. Tell me about the tech.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we want to know about.
Yeah.
Yes. How's he getting on with the electric portion of it? Is this his first electric car?
Second now.
Okay. So he's familiar. Okay.
He's familiar. What did he have before it? Oh God. What was the? Oh God. The sort of crossover MG. Is it ZS?
ZS, I believe. Yes.
He had one of those briefly, but not a new one.
Okay. Well, they've been around for quite a while now, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was his toe in the water. Got an okay.
I think you'll find the tech's a bit more up to date in the Hyundai.
No, I would imagine so.
Hyundai, however we're supposed to say it now.
Hyundai, yeah.
Yeah, Hyundai.
Yes. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, you'll find the tech's much more up to date in that. Yes.
So I will get him to fill us in on that because I'm really.
That'll be really interesting to know about. Yeah. That would be really interesting to know about.
Because we've said for many moons now that you got to watch out for these South Korean cars. They are about to dominate. Well, that's what we said originally. They are now in a position of dominance if you look at what's out on the road in EV world.
They are, although I suspect BYD from China are about to overtake them, but because they're even cheaper.
They are. I've seen them, but not loads of them yet. But like you say, I think that's bound to change, isn't it?
It's early days, and they're bringing more and more models along all the time. I mean, you just don't hear about it, but they're launching new stuff at a hell of a pace. So yeah. I mean, in terms of EVs on the road, I would say certainly for around here, Tesla still dominates, but there's a lot of others appearing now, and Hyundai is certainly in the mix. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about it.
That would be really interesting. Yeah.
Still don't want one, but I am interested to hear about how they're getting on tech-wise because I think they may well be, quite near the leading edge, I would say, wouldn't they?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they're certainly up there. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, certainly top 5. Yeah, absolutely. They're certainly. And price point is very competitive. As I say, I think BYD have probably got the edge, but it's China, and they've got volume behind them because they're selling the cars over there as well. So, that helps. But be interesting to see how he gets on with that.
Yeah. Be very good. Be very good. Here's one for you. This is quite a tangent. This isn't even car. We're just nipping to Bond just for a minute. We could finish off with this if you like.
Oh, if you please.
Yeah. So it was something that I saw the other day that got me thinking. It was of all things just a post or tweet, or I don't even know if you can call them tweets anymore.
I don't know what you call them now.
No.
It doesn't seem right to call them X's. That just doesn't make any sense.
No, what that is odd.
Oh, very.
Yeah.
Yes. Much like his interview with the former president earlier in the week. But anyway, let's not get into that.
It's just weird,
odd,
isn't it?
Off the charts.
Yeah, he's doolally.
He's put me right off buying another Tesla. He really has.
Yeah, he's not doing anyone any favors.
No. As you know, I was seriously considering a used Model S a little while ago, and it really has put me right off. It shouldn't, because it's nothing to do with the cars, but it really has. I just don't want to associate with it at all.
No, not at all. No. Distance oneself.
Indeed.
God, how did we end up? That was it. Bond. God.
Bond. Well, you mentioned
tweets,
Twitter, which automatically
yes.
brings up the Mr. M. But anyway, yes.
Captain Nutbag. So I put to you that you must now, without any preparation, pick your favourite Bond filming location.
Yeah, but whenever it's Bond and favourite, it changes all the time.
Okay, well, I'd like today's one, please.
Today's filming location.
Yeah, so you can either. So this is, you can do it two ways here if you like. You can have it so obviously they film in certain locations and sometimes call it something different. So I'd have you can either give me the film name or the real place of the real name of the place if it's different. So
okay, I was going to say, is it the place it portrayed in the movie or it's actual, because they can be different. But yes, okay, fair enough. Favorite location. Boom boom boom. Or boom diddy boom boom, if you prefer.
Yeah, very good.
Yes. I think it's not going to take a lot of thought.
I wouldn't have thought so. No, mine was fairly quick. But I'd probably say it's not the most obvious choice.
Okay, no, what I'm going to say the Schulthorn or Peace Gloria in On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
That's what I'm going to say, which is a real location. And
it
was exactly where it was purporting to be in the film. So that's easy.
So that's really easy. And it's interesting that you picked that, because I know you're a keen winter sportsman.
Absolutely. Try and get me off a set of skis.
I would pay good money to put you on a set of skis and then film.
There is a queue.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. One day we'll do it.
One day. So what I would pick is actually the villa where Mr. Bond was being mended in Casino Royale, the one that's on Lake Como after he had his bollocks utterly annihilated.
Oh, yes. I know what you mean. Yes. Yes.
I think it's called a Villa Balbiacello or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I've done it a disservice because it's an Italian word, and I've just absolutely massacred it.
Absolutely butchered it. Yes. No, excellent choice. I mean, anything on Lake Como.
That's the thing. That's the bit for me. I'm just going, yes.
We've got to go there one day. We've got to go there.
Well, in a nice car or two.
Oh, I have been to Italy, but not that bit of it.
No, I've been to Italy, never been there, but I want to go there.
We need to get a nice car and go there.
That means properly ticking off. And not even
good
not
choice.
Even a set of crushed bollocks can taint it.
Well, I don't think that's a prerequisite. I
don't think so. But it's odd. I mean, have you ever thought? I mean, yeah, he had the old rope to the nads there. Not very nice.
No.
Let's be honest. But it seemed like a really dedicated hospital. Do you think?
It's very specific.
Do you think it's a very specific clinic for the reinflation of crust bollocks?
They're not going to be that busy, I wouldn't have thought.
I don't know.
And there were no other patients in sight. He, did seem to be alone there. You raise a valid point. I hadn't considered that, but once again, there's another scene in one of our favourite movies that you've ruined. Yeah. Actually, there's two scenes in that particular movie you've ruined.
Yes, I ruined the train one, didn't I? Sorry about that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, and that's a really good scene that you've completely knackered.
Yeah.
But
picturing Del Boy, very good, nice.
I hadn't considered that I don't suppose the clinic is only set up for that specific purpose.
It could be though, but you think like wives, girlfriends, fiancés who find out that the gentleman in question is being a dirty little philanderer, maybe they get a lot of business from crushed bollocks from that sort of thing.
That's true. They may not all be super spies who've been done in by a villain. No,
that's it. Yeah, they could have been on. They could have been on the receiving end of a swift kick.
I actually think it might be a naughty boys hospital.
Yeah, it could well be. Yeah.
Could be. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, so Mr. Bond was maybe separated because they went, well, actually, I know he's a bit of a player, but this wasn't an issue. This was a swinging rope situation.
Well, I've suddenly thought of a scene from Peep Show, which is not related to this at all.
Oh no!
Where Jeremy gets beaten up, and Mark says, he got it for the wrong reasons, but fair dues."
Yeah, I know the bit. Oh no!
It could be that.
Yeah,
with Mr. Bond there.
It could. Yeah. It's caught up with it, but in a really convoluted way.
Yeah, wrong reason, but fair enough. I hadn't considered that, but that is a stunning location that you've picked there, despite the purpose of his visit. Yes.
Yeah. That's it. And
of course, his visit to my location. I mean, he was a busy boy up that mountain, so I mean, it was entirely possible he would have, had a result from that.
Well, it's a miracle he left that place without Nobrot. Let's be honest.
There was a lot going on up that mountain, wasn't there? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why did you have to say that? Oh dear.
Well, that's happened, isn't it? Right, okay. So
why did you ask us that question?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I do know. It was from a tweet that I saw, and it seemed like a really good question.
It is a good question. Yeah, it is a good question. It didn't take either of us very long.
It didn't take either of us very long. It also didn't take us very long to spin off.
No, well, it doesn't, does it? I mean,
no.
No, that's true. I was tempted to choose Scaramanga's Island from Man with the Golden Gun.
Ah, very good. That's Thailand, isn't it? In the real world, yes.
Phuket in Thailand.
Indeed, yes. Phuket.
Yes. Indeed, yes.
Careful with your pronunciation.
Now known as the James Bond Island, because at the time it was quite unknown, but nowadays it's a huge resort. But,
that whole area is a proper destination now.
Yeah, but it was quite remote and unknown when they filmed there. So that was tempting, but I thought no, it's got to be Peace Gloria.
Very good. Okay, no, that's good. Right,
I'd like to go there as well. But I'd like to go to all the locations really, and time's marching on. So
I think we should take you to Peace Gloria and let you ski to the bottom. Funnily
enough, actually, just the reason that perhaps it sprang to mind so quickly is that on the side of my computer here, just to my left, is a magnet that some friends of mine brought me from the Schildhorn when they visited some years ago. So I do actually have something here on my desk which is from Peace Gloria. Okay,
so that's all. That's thoughtful and a hint of bastards as well.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. Okay. Good. That's
and right. They visited on a day when the restaurant was rotating. So there you go.
Good. There you go. Yes. Yeah. You can have an oscillating meal. Lovely.
They went up the mountain and rotated. Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. Right. All done. So those are our locations we've picked. We're going to Peace Gloria and Lake Como. Right.
Good choices. No one's going to argue with that.
No, they're not. And before we head back into the gutter, let's end it there.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.